my gosh. This just turns me on.
Hi everybody, welcome to another episode of Fish Keeping Jamaica. Welcome to my channel. Now today I'll be looking at fish size and their mates. Now you have several fish out there, right? You have large fish and you have small fish. But have you ever looked at the size for size in regards to for example, let's look at the molly male, the molly female, the guppy male and the guppy female. You notice that the male is a lot larger than the female. I wonder if there's some significance to the species. Let's look at tiger barb. Tiger barb male. Tiger barb male is much smaller than the female, and the tetra is much smaller. Tetra male is much smaller than the female also. But when you look at, let's say, some cichlids, you can tell by size, some you can't. For example, you can't tell the Oscar and the Jack Dempsey by size, because size for size, I mean, like age for age, like fish of the same age, you can't say, oh, that's a male and that's a female. You can't do that easily, unless you have these fish actually in a group, where in which you know, there's some, I can't really explain it, but you know, being in a group, these fish just tend to go differently. But if you have one fish, let's say an Oscar in one tank, one Oscar in the next tank, and both of them are being fed the same way, taken care of the same way, it's going to be really difficult for you to tell which one of them is a male and which one of them is female. Same with the Jack Dempsey. Presently as it is, I probably could tell you the Jack Dempsey male from female based on the color variation of the face, right? Not necessarily on the size. So when it comes down to some fish, you can tell the sex by the color, and when it comes down to some fish, you can tell the sex by the size. Now the male and the female convict, I explained to you that already, and these are not the only fish that are like this, right? You have other fish that the male is much larger than the female. Alright, for example, let's look at the chromite cichlid. Cichlid used in India, according to protein, as fish food, right? And that's another story in which I'll be talking to you about in the near future. Right, the chromite male much larger than the chromite female. The chromite male is darker in color than the chromite female. So you have some fish actually, the male is actually bigger than the larger than the female. Also, these fish tend to be built with specific mechanisms so as to help them to reproduce or to just survive. For example, you look at the let's say the what do you call it, the cock or the crown of some fish. Let's say the dolphin, the blue dolphin. There's a reason why the head is like that. It's you know, the head have a little curve at the top. It kind of helps to give it a little bit of strength. It is said that its energy, practically you can starve it. Practically you can do without feeding it for a bit, because you know it can actually use the energy in that crown top. As far as a convict is concerned, the convict head is shaped in a particular way in which it helps a lot to defend itself, because it's very aggressive. So the aggressive nature of these fish can be, it's just like a bull cow. The top, it can help to get them to survive during difficult time, and also it helps them to you know, to defend themselves, because they are aggressive in the wild. I won't say the same about flower horn, because flower horn is not found in the wild. Flower horn is a type of cichlid that is genetically developed from different strain of fish coming down the line. Alright, so let's look at swordtail. Swordtail fish, the male tend to be much smaller than the female. However, the long tail at the end of the sword tail is usually confused as a part of the body, but really it's a part of the fin, right? Before I end this video, however, the last video I did, well, last couple of days ago, a few days ago, I did a video with regards to sex in the fish, or should I say fish and sex, or you know, sex organ, or something to that effect, right? And a lot of persons are excited about that. I thank you for your enthusiasm. But a point to note, in comparison to humans, you know, female is either they're gonna cry or they're gonna be very happy, depending on the men's appendage, right? The sword tail, or the live bearer, with that thing that's sticking out, if it's too long, it will not be able to find the target. So practically your fish would be like immobile, like useless, right? So it is not everywhere in nature that a long appendage actually serve as it's supposed to. Alright, this is Riley here. I hope that this video was interesting, informative, and you know, you hit up the button, subscribe, share, like. Follow me on Instagram at FishKeepingJamaica. See you next time as I talk about fish anatomy and fish daily life. Bye bye for now. Peace.